when we stay in our own lane and we focus, on what we're doing, then we can move forward in a much better way. Even in the struggle, no matter what happens, when we're our most authentic self and we're not trying to keep up with the outside world, when we're loving ourselves and we stay focused on that, we allow ourselves to grow, move forward, and not get caught up in all the other stuff. So, whenever I do my tarot, I do them every month. I do them for all the signs. Right now, I'm doing Aquarius. I just finished Pisces, but I do it the way I do it so that, like, if you come in asking me about somebody's ex-boyfriend or if they're cheating on them, that kind of stuff, I'm never going to answer that because uh, I don't peek in anyone's curtains. But I definitely, I teach emotional regulation. I teach loving ourselves, celebrating all the wins, big or small. Oh, yeah, we never stop praying. And you got to remember, it comes in divine time, not in our time. And sometimes that ego, sometimes we have to cry it out. Sometimes we have to use that divine anger. That's why if you look at my alchemy emotion and the other ones that I have, rage is a teacher too, right? That rage is teaching you, why are you so upset? You're upset because you're tired of being abandoned. You're tired of being left slip through the cracks. You're tired, like, you have reasons, and they're valid reasons. And when you start to understand that, and you can focus on that, the only way to understand that is to sit in it just a little bit longer, to sit in it, to understand it. And that's what I teach, that's what I talk about. And as we're maneuvering through these things, I talk about it and I come on and I say what it is. I mean, I don't try to tell all my business in a thing like that. Everybody feels sorry for me. What I do try to do is I learn as I go. I've learned and maneuvered through it. And no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm always going to overcome. Reaching out for help is one of those things, helping. There's all the ways to support me are in my on my profile and all that stuff. It's always there. There's always ways to help. But just showing up, just supporting, just sending that it doesn't always have to be financially, right? It doesn't always have to be those things. Sometimes it's just praying for me. Sometimes it's saying, I see you and I know you've overcome it, and saying, I know you're going to do good, right? Like, it's not always one thing. It's not always a one-sided thing, right? So, Red, how are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much. We just, but when you're authentic and when you're your most authentic self, it makes it a lot easier for your people to find you. Better late than never. Trust me, I've been late getting on and doing these lives because I've been trying to deal with all the things that are happening and figure your way. Held up at customs. Oh, customs is a beach. Who is that? Hey, Tiffy. Who is that? Con CD. Who is that? Diva. Sorry, I can't see the pictures. It's so hard to. But welcome. How are you? Oh, Anthony. All right. How are you? Welcome, welcome.
I'm a baby.
I can't see the pictures on my computer. It's so small. But yeah, all these struggles, they're not to be. When we go through the struggles, we always want to we always want to get it organized and situated first. And someone like me always wants to have it all figured out and have all the answers first. And sometimes we have to continue moving forward even in the struggle, even in the shit. But learning how to do it and give yourself that extra love in the middle, that's what I was meant to come on here for today, because learning that we're the magician. We already have all the tools. We have the resources. I've done the work already. Do I have all the answers in this moment? The exact answers on the earthly realm right here, right now? No, not for what's happening in my life. But have I done all the ways? Have I uh, followed the pathways? Have I done my due diligence on my side? Yes. I can say that wholeheartedly. Yes. So, am I going to sit and worry and fear of all of the things that I could just manifest more negativity and worry and fear, or I could continue doing what I'm supposed to be doing what I love, what brings me joy, the people that I love, showing up and talking about these conversations, because I'm not the only person in the world to struggle. We've all been through it. Sometimes mine are a little harder. I say a little harder because it's more at one time. Like, also, when you get really good at overcoming the struggles, the smaller struggles don't uh, they don't stop you anymore. Those smaller ones don't even make you bat an eyelash, right? You're just like, I can just push through it and do this, and it actually is a hindrance because you get so good at moving through the struggle that you move through it and you plow through it, and then it takes a bigger one to sit you down. It takes a bigger one to make you pay attention. It takes a bigger one to make you pause and see what you already have, see what you've already done, to celebrate all of the things that you've already accomplished. Yes, we're always striving to do better and do more. We already have the tools, we have the collaborations, we have the people, we have all of the things. But if we let it hold us back or hinder us, what are we doing to ourselves? So, at me, I was getting wore down. Truly, I was getting wore down because I was frustrated, and I didn't want to come on here frustrated, and I didn't want to be complaining, right? Like, I don't know a better way to explain it. You don't want to complain. You don't want people to feel sorry for you. But at the same time, I was like, this has been going on, and I've done all the things that I can do. And the message to come on today was, it doesn't change what I love to do. It doesn't change what I love to share. And all the things that I learned, I know from experience. And when I can tell you, even in the struggle, and when you see the struggle, also you can go back a year prior and see that struggle from a year ago. The other big struggle that I went through in the year, and before that, I've been through many. The proof is in my videos. But when they come, they get bigger, they get harder, because you move through them easier, right? And as much as that kind of sucks to hear, it's worth celebrating, because those struggles are better at it. And it's such a weird thing to be thankful for. But also, your people are your people. And when you can't show up the way you need to because you have to show up for yourself in those moments, learning how to not punish yourself for that, learning how to say, okay, when I can, I can. When I can't, I have to focus on this, I have to focus on that. And then saying, okay, I've focused on that enough. Now I need to let it go, and I have to wait for the world to unfold. I have to wait for the things to come my way. I have to wait for divine alignment, not my ego, not what would make me feel better, not what would give me that security and that happiness. I have to trust. And sometimes we have to trust when we don't friggin' like it. Sometimes we have to trust when we just want to break down and say it's never going to work out. But you know what? Every single time it has. It literally has. If we're still here, if you're here watching, if you can see me and hear me, you've overcome every struggle. And that's where being authentic, even in the struggle, sometimes you have to ask for help. And I have done all the reach outs. I've asked for help in these places. And you have to hurry up and wait, right? It's not the whole world's job to save me. It's not anybody's job to save me. At some point in time, the world starts to see what you're doing, and they start to trust you in the good and the bad. There's also this, I don't want to say expectation, but there's this mindset of when you go through a struggle, when something happens, then all of a sudden, like it's going to take away from your experience, like it's going to take away from your wisdom, your knowledge, your understanding. Um, and maybe that's a personal expectation. Maybe that's a limiting belief. It actually is. It's not a maybe. But understanding that and then saying, like, who decided that what you have to say doesn't matter because you've been through a struggle, because you're going through a struggle? What you say should matter more because you actively go through it, you've learned it, and you're mastering it, right? So it's about learning these beliefs and these understandings and these expectations that we set for ourselves and trusting it and understanding that sometimes collaborating with the universe also means that patience, that trust, that waiting for your ship. Where are you? Right here. Waiting for your ships to come in. Waiting for that idea. Oh, you're telling a story today, Spirit. Trusting in your strength, your ability to grow, to validate yourself when the whole world ain't showing up. Your ability to decide, to walk in love and to decide every single day. And to affirm, when I move my body, I feel empowered, cleansed, and strong. To move through it. That's alchemy in motion. That's literally what I teach. By the way, I'm an actual master. I take the bad. And sometimes to build that next step, you got to take a lot of bad. You got to take the hit after the hit after the hit. And you still got to find the silver lining, and you still got to trust, and there's a process. And instead of beating myself up, which is, by the way, what I've been trained to do my whole life, which is a past thing, but it still creeps up. And because we're in retrograde, which is also a lesson in itself, because we're in retrograde, it's creeping up so we can recognize it, so we can heal it. The fear of being abandoned, you know what? It's not anybody's responsibility to show up for us, right? It's our own. And as long as we're not abandoning ourselves, we have to trust. We know the universe hasn't abandoned us, right? The fear of being seen, all these fears that come up, they come back around and they come in these weird cycles because you don't understand how to see the lesson. And it takes a minute and it takes time and it takes a process. And sometimes it takes sitting in it a little bit longer, which I literally talk about all the time. But that strength, that what we learned, those ideas, the collaboration, the way we move through things, it comes in that struggle. Thank you guys for showing up. I can't even begin